Welcome to Flip Your Chips. Let's grow.
Hey, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Welcome to Flip Your Chips podcast. Here's not just about the ROI in dollars, but also the ROI in life. Achieving one without the other is like a half-flip coin. We're here to bridge the gap, offering tips, tools, and resources in finance and entertainment. Let's flip those chips and make every investment count. How you doing today, sis? We gotta recognize the child.
I'm feeling like Coach Blue today. I don't really know.
Oh yeah, you are. You
really got
Coach
nothing
Blue
on. I'm Coach Blue today.
Right.
Coach Black today. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling blue. I got the towel. You know what I'm saying? Thermal cup.
That's it. I like that, Joe. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got the bottle. You know what I'm saying? I got the cup. You know, this sponsored by that. And the drip today. You know what I'm saying? This episode of Flip Your Chips is brought to you by Tide Water H2O. But my drip is by my pop. Shout out to my pop. This is
nice.
Before you do something, his nonprofit organization about prison reform and getting people to make the right decisions. Nice. So yeah, today I'm Coach Blue. I came in blue. I wasn't gonna have enough blue on it.
But it do, Coach Blue.
They're not like us. They're not like us. Have me sea walking in this joint.
Right.
But how you doing?
I'm good, man. I was excited that this time came for us to shoot another episode. It's always good vibes. So I'm ready to get right into it. Let's make this thing happen.
Let's get it.
All right, so let's talk about it. What's the Tikoon tips of the week? Talk to us.
What I have, hey Hustle. My Tikoon tip of the week is to just know your value, know your worth, know how to negotiate, know when to walk away. I think it's easier said than done. And when I say walk away from whatever it is, somebody could be like, here's a record deal. Like, come save me, you know, like, and then you just take the deal because you don't want to walk away. I think sometimes things come to us, people come to us, and we determine our value by that. So if I feel like I'm $1 million and then somebody come with $10, I'm accepting the 10 when I know I'm really worth $1 million. Do you really know your value? How do you value yourself? Are you valuing yourself? It's like if I was to walk in a sneaker store, they're going to put a price point on every sneaker because they deem that an Air Force One is worth $99.99. But what if you think the Air Force One is worth more? I think knowing your worth and knowing your value will allow you to figure out what you're willing to deal with and what you're not willing to deal with. Conversations that you're able to walk, and not saying that it makes you bougie. It's like really when you look at your time, like I find myself like, I really know my value. I got to wrap this conversation up. I have something more important, somewhere to be. And when you know your value, you're more cognizant of your time and what you're doing and what's important. It's like, is this really important? Like, or what are we talking about? Like really getting to it. And when you know your value, you'll know what's valuable to take on and to not take on. So yeah.
So how do you know what's your worth?
How do I know what's my, like numerically?
Like just in general, if somebody's trying to figure that out, right? And let's say, let's just use music. Let's say they tapping into the music industry and a couple of, let's say companies are interested in them, but this is their first time encountering a situation like that. So how do they know if they should take the offer or if they should, move forward or wait for a better offer?
And a wise man once said, yesterday's price is not today's price. Fat Joe said that during the pandemic. And I say that like, because your number's your number. Yeah. Like your number is your number. And I think that whatever you feel that you're worth, you gotta know your value. Like,
how do you get to that place? How do you know your value?
I can't tell everybody how that. It's what you know. And I'll give you an example. They offered young Dolph $22 million. He turned it down. So what you think he thought he was worth?
More than that. That's for sure.
Right. So I just think that it gets to a point. You just like, if you can wake up and you can see things, you just know what's worth your time and what's not. Like, like I might, and I'm not saying that you can't give to charity, give to homeless people that don't have it. But I think that what's important to you is going to be indicative. If you was to take an audit of your time for the day and you wrote down all the things you did for the day, you will understand what was important to you. Yeah. So watching TV is important to you, you're going to watch TV. If smoking weed is important, just smoke weed. So add all that up and you tell me what that's worth.
Yeah.
Did you go to the gym? Did you meditate? So if I add all that up, what's your price? I charge $1,000 an hour.
Yeah.
I think that I have a better thing. I think that if you're really trying to determine your worth, look at the skills you put in, look at the hours. That's like Kyrie gets switched to a basketball team. It's based off his skills, but can't nobody, but you got to be willing to accept it. If Kyrie don't want to take 300 million, he doesn't have to take it. He could say he wants more. You don't get what you worth, you get what you negotiate.
Yeah. And I think you said something very essential there was time. Time is like the direct correlation of value because that's something you can't get back. And so when you put in a lot of time into something, you automatically know, like, what? No, I worked too hard. I put too much time into this to settle for this. You see what I'm saying? So,
another perspective could be, as you said that, I put so much time into this, it could be a relationship. Will you walk away just because you put a lot of time in? Because like, let's not make it seem like relationships and time means that you walk away or you stay.
Okay. So with a relationship, that's a little bit different. But when you put in time, like for yourself, like on developing yourself, you see what I'm saying? That's a little different. Because I know a lot of people be like, oh, well, we've been friends for this long or whatever. That don't mean, you know what I'm saying? Just because y'all have that title, that doesn't mean that the value is still there, you know? So yeah, I agree with you on that. For sure.
Oh goodness. Okay. I have a meeting. Yeah, my bad. Yes. 6:30. Hold on. Give me a second. My bad, y'all. This is important too. At 9:30, 6:30. Hold on, y'all. This never happens. I guess a double book. Wait a minute. I thought it was 7 my time. Forgive me. Does that work? Okay, my bad. No, I was gonna say in regards to since we talk a lot about basketball and we're talking about relationships, we could look at it two different ways. Kobe stayed with the Lakers forever. I guess loyalty was valuable to him. LeBron went from Cleveland to Miami to back to Cleveland to LA. What you think was valuable to LeBron?
Championships.
Okay, so if it comes to value, it's always it's a lot of different factors. What's important? Kobe was like, I'm never leaving LA. Okay, so then what does that mean? Then you're gonna have to put this city on your back. LeBron, like, I want the championship. So I think that values are like it's up and down depending on what's
everybody's value proposition is different. What's valuable to you might not be valuable to me, and vice versa. You see what I'm saying? Or we might share some of the same values. Flip your chips, right? So that's it's just an amazing thing to look at when we look at that. So yeah, no, that's heavy. I like that a lot. Like, no,
yeah, me too. I'm like, I can't wait to run that back and hear that back. My bad about that message, y'all. But no, all right, flip your chips tips. What you got for us, sis?
So I think the right trade management strategy can make or break your trading career. And I say that because there's one side of it where you have to have the psychology part of it, but then there's the other side where you have to know how to manage your money. So you can make money, but if you don't know how to keep it and secure it, you're going to think that it's a psychological aspect connected to it, when it's more so that you're not managing your money properly. So it's not just about making money, but it's also about keeping money too. So I think that's a major point that most traders can get better at.
I've heard something similar just in hip hop. They'll be like, they said it's easy to make your first 100 mil, but it's easy to make your first mil, but it's hard to keep it. And that's retention, right? Like, it's like, it's easy to go to the gym, but then you fall off. And I think that is very important, because a lot of people are like, all I need is $1 million. And it's just like, nigga, you need $1 million plus money management. Like, if you get that $1 million, you're gonna need another one. And most people really don't understand how to live under their means.
And that story with the people that win the lottery, you hear it all the time. They file bankruptcy, you know, they losing money or whatever the case is, because they never had that skill.
Man, no, that's really expansive, because it's unfortunate because we're preconditioned to go get the things first that we want, because we were underprivileged. I can't fault our race as Black people for wanting to go and look good, for being treated bad for so long. And so the idea is that they perpetuate all these advertisements to be like, these dumb niggas gonna go buy all this Louis and Gucci, so let's put all the ads in front of them so that they feel compelled to look good instead of investing in themselves. This is propaganda. This ain't something that we just are irresponsible. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's embedded in us. It's like, shit, we've been whipped as slaves for years. Shit, we might as well fucking look good, nigga. I'm gonna step out. I went through all this. My ancestors went through all this shit. You damn right I want to look good. But then you don't know how to stop. You know what I'm saying? And you don't know how, you don't have any balance. So I can't even knock it. It's like, we need to get more people in finance and overstanding. Like, we need to save for a rainy day, because any day could be a Diddy day. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny. You know, like, you just never know when your car gonna be pulled. Like somebody that got money, not even trying to be funny. Like, he just lost 20 brand deals today. 20 brands pulled out from Diddy. Now, let's say, did you have that plan financially to lose it all? If he can lose it all and he's Diddy, who are you?
Exactly.
You have a savings plan. If a brand, and that just lets you know too, these brand deals ain't permanent. Niggas be doing the work, but it's like, let's not just also say that it's about keeping the money. It's about making sure that you're having integrity. You're not out here fucking people, doing abducted. Like, it's a lot of goof. You may do everything right, but be unethical behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? So let's not just tell a nigga to keep the money, because Diddy kept the money, but he couldn't keep a secret. Damn. I'm sorry.
But guess what? The hard work and the drive will get you the money, but the discipline and the character will help you keep the money. So if you don't have both, it's only gonna last for a certain period of time. And he lacked the character. So yeah.
Hate you. That's so
you know. All right, so let's talk about the mogul moves. What's the mogul moves for the week?
Well, this is pretty fitting because 50 Cent has been reporting on everything Diddy did. Did he do it? Did he? So I'm just gonna get right into
terrible, bro.
I can't make this up, y'all.
50 Cent? Funny as I don't know what. Go ahead.
I can't make this up. Okay, mogul moves. Curtis 50 Cent Jackson unveiled his G-Unit Studios in Shreveport, Louisiana, making an expansion of his TV and film projects. Jackson expressed his excitement about the launch, emphasizing the transformative power of music, film, and television. He sees the establishment of the G-Unit Studios in Louisiana not only as a business decision, but as a commitment to fostering talent and building a creative community in Louisiana and abroad. The in-house production facility is situated downtown Shreveport with plans for further expansion in the area. G-Unit and Film and Television Incorporated, founded in 2003, has produced a various notable TV show series called Power and its spinoffs on Starz. Last year, Jackson ended G-Unit's deal with Starz and signed a non-exclusive broadcast deal with Fox after expressing dissatisfaction with how Starz handled the production of his television show. And apparently, he also is going to be producing the Diddy documentary, Diddy Do It? Netflix. I'm gonna like this black because sis, yo, why are you so weak? God damn,
that was good. That was good. I like that. Go ahead.
Did it give you real good anchor? Was I anchoring? Oh my God, hold on.
That was good. That was really good.
Really? Oh my God, I've been watching a lot of podcasts trying to get my game up. What do you tell me about myself? What was great? Like, I think I did a great job.
I mean, that whole twist, Did He Do It, was just, I wasn't ready for that. I was not.
Yes, Tubi did the first documentary, that is Tubi style, but then Netflix just got approved to do a series, but then Diddy was like, no, 50 was like, don't worry, y'all can get approved for all the series. There's gonna be more victims coming out. I'll have the best series. I was like, well, the fact that 50 Cent is doubling down, that he's not worried because more victims are coming forward, says a lot. But I did not premeditate putting Diddy with 50 like that. It just actually flowed perfectly.
Yeah, you did your thing with that. So what you think about that?
About which part? Diddy? Because you didn't tell me what you thought about what 50 doing, so I didn't know if you wanted.
I mean, so what 50 is doing, I mean, I feel like he's doing it for multiple reasons, you know. But one thing I can say about 50, he might have his ways, but he's actually one of the realest people in the game to me, to be honest.
Our first investor. Like, yeah, shout out to 50.
Yeah, so I'm excited to watch this documentary because 2024 not leaving no crumbs. People getting revealed left and right, bro.
Set you free and a lie will hold you hostage. I will say that what I think about 50, people will always say 50 is the biggest troll. This man got shot 9 times, right?
Yeah.
Lost his mom, and I'm not making no excuses about what he's went through. And he's like, it's black and white with me. You either fuck with me or you don't. I don't do gray area. For years, 50 has been preaching, I don't do puffy parties. I don't do puffy juice. I don't do puffy parties. He's been saying it for years. And I never understood why. One thing about 50 and his marketing, when he launched Power, he said, I'm about to beef with Empire. He told the whole cast, they was like, why are you gonna beef with Empire? He said, because every time they do an interview, they're gonna have to bring us up. 50 keeps bringing up Diddy, because when they bring up Diddy, what you think they're gonna ask him about? How do you feel about the things that 50 Cent is saying about you?
Yeah,
that man is doing this for marketing. He's
exactly.
a genius.
Exactly.
He's a genius.
Yeah,
that man.
That's the other part of it. Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm gonna tell you something funny. This is a funny joke.
Yeah.
Christian King Combs did a song, and then 50 was like, why would you tell him to look in the other house? Meek Mill jumps in, why don't you stop bullying children? Oh, I forgot, your sons don't fuck with you, but I'm out here on an island with my sons. And then 50 Cent said, you should get off that island. Your last album did 6,000. Are you still dream chasing, or are you chasing a nightmare? I was like, you don't want to play with 50. You gonna put dream chasers? This is comedy.
Coming for everybody. No, he's hilarious, bro. 50 Cent got a beef with somebody every year.
Right. Sierra, Marie, everybody got beef with 50.
Floyd.
But my bad. But Tikoon Rich, since we talking about getting money, you know what I'm saying? Tell me about getting Tikoon Rich. Who getting rich this week?
Yeah, so we got a couple of new students. One of them, they're actually a doctor, and the other one is he's a head coach at a high level D1 basketball team.
What school? You can't tell what team it is?
No.
Okay, but is it girls or boys?
It's men's, but he actually used to train me. So
can we get tickets? Can we go speak at the school?
We'll talk about that offline.
All right.
Yeah, but I'm sure we can find it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they're like grasp the concept, of course, tremendously, and doing well with it. So I'm excited because we're doing a follow-up class this actually tomorrow. We're doing a follow-up class with everybody that completed the course, whoever taps in. And we're going over a trade management strategy that I tweaked a little bit of what we were doing, and I kind of made some improvements with that. And that's going to help us to compound our money even faster. So I'm excited about teaching that to the students, and honestly hitting our goal faster than what we had projected. So yeah.
Come on, sis. That's what I'm talking about. I can't wait to get off this. Not sorry, y'all. I don't want to get off the podcast like that, but I really do want to know. Can we speak at the school and come see the students and get some tickets to the basketball game for the girls?
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna have to take a trip.
Yeah, flip your chips. I'm taking a trip. Well, what I said? Send it on business. Tikoon Rich.
All right, so let's talk about the flip. So, a lot of times we chasing our dreams, we chasing this, we chasing that. But I feel like a lot of people avoid the truth instead of chasing the truth. So when you hear chasing the truth, what does that mean to you? How does that resonate with you?
When I hear chase the truth, I hear run from the lies. But you're running in 2 different directions.
Yeah.
So it's like, do you want to chase the truth? Or do you want to run after a lie? Visually.
Yeah.
If you had a starting line, you got to choose. What would you want to go get? And if you put it visually like that, why would you ever? This goes back to what I said last episode, or I don't know if I actually said it on this episode, if I said it to you personally, when I was like, don't let your heart and mind trick you out of what your eyes can see and what your ears can hear. So those are 4 different organs. God didn't give you eyes to use your heart. God didn't give you ears to use your mind. And sometimes people be like, oh, I have a gut feeling. You get that gut feeling? As soon as your gut tells you what you think what you feel, you see the truth. Your gut tells you the truth. You see the truth, and then you chase the lie. It's like, feel it, and then I see it. Prime example. Let's say that God forbid, I don't believe this would ever happen, but I get a phone call that you in jail. I'm like, what happened? India killed 100 people. The fuck? She wouldn't do nothing like that.
Yeah.
Nah, India wouldn't do that. And then we need you to come down here, Taz. Come down there. And they have pictures of you stabbing people and shooting them. She would never do nothing like this. That's your heart and your mind. She would that is not my sister. Coach Blue would never do nothing like that. You've got the wrong person. You've got the wrong person. And then you see the facts. That's how I feel like we run from the truth. Things are right there in our face, and then we say things they wouldn't. No, she must have had her blunt was laced. Someone must have put something in her drink. Now we've started to create.
Try to have rationale, yeah.
Try to rationalize. She's been under a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Someone just passed away in her family.
Yeah.
And then we make all these excuses to justify the actions, and it's like, okay, it's up to you if you want to deal with it. But it's like, if you chase the truth, it's just accepting it. I feel like chasing the truth is just purely accepting it. It doesn't mean like what you do with the truth is up to you. But can you really accept it? Can you stop fabricating this story that you've made up? Can you stop saying that India is a good person? She's not a good person. I accept the fact that she killed 100 people, but India is not a good person. There's nothing you can tell me of that. So I've accepted the fact that you've killed the people, but I'm never going to believe that you're a good person. That's accepting the truth. Although I don't believe that that's your nature and your character. I don't know if that's like a good example. I didn't mean to go.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
It's not letting your emotions cloud your judgment, because your first perception is that, based on your experiences and your interactions, this is your truth because this is what you've seen. But you haven't seen the other side. So it's like, hold on, this isn't making any sense. No, but that's the whole truth, not just part of the truth. So what happens when you think you're chasing the truth, but you get to the finish line and you realize it's a lie? How do you pivot? How do you adjust?
Like as far as what? So like I got to the finish line and.
Yeah, so let's say, for instance, let me see if it's an example. Let's say you're trying to pursue a record label, right? And your truth about this record label is that they treat their artists right, they look out for them, they do what's right, whatever. You finally cut the deal, you get there, now you're their artist, and then once you sign the papers, now they start treating you like trash. They sell you all these dreams, and now they not following through with any of that. How do you pivot when you think you're chasing the truth, but it becomes a lie, or you find out it's a lie?
Well, I think in that example with the record label, I got to the end and y'all didn't hold up any of your deal. I think with my emotional intelligence, first I need to have a conversation. There could be, especially with a label, there could be a lot of outside factors that would delay you in keeping your word. Something going on with the budget. Has there been a change in regime? Like, I think really evaluating so that you don't make an impulsive or an irrational decision. Because you can get to the finish line and be like, y'all didn't keep your word. But there could be factors. It's like, there's been times that I've wanted to drop an album on a certain date and I've made that commitment, but I'm waiting on a producer. I'm waiting on an engineer. I'm waiting on a videographer. So imagine my fans telling me you didn't keep your word and drop your album on the day that you said that you was going to drop the album. But you don't know that the reason I didn't get to drop the album is because I didn't have everything in my possession to release the album. So now you think I'm a liar, but you don't know the full story, which is why it's like hard to just say like, well, how would I pivot and what would I do? I think there would be some conversations and you got to see what factors hindered your ability to keep your word before I just immediately, like, that's why I said when I gave you the example about if you killed somebody. Now you've provided, the police provided evidence of you with the knife and with the gun. You know what I'm saying? I can see that evidence that.
Well, this is based on the assumption that you already seen like everything you need to see and have all your facts aligned.
No, I get that, but I'm saying that when we get to certain points at the record label, it might be that dates, things that the things that they promise they can't give. It could be that somebody, the change in regime, it could be the people that are affected. Because I'm thinking about what would stop them from keeping their word. I've heard so many stories about artists, even Nipsey Hussle, different artists. It was like, I couldn't release the video. They said it wasn't a good time. The feature wasn't cleared. They didn't clear the sample. There could be some other outside factors that stop the label from not.
Those things are fine, but I'm saying if it's just like some flat out BS, like I mean, just anything. Like if they told you, I don't know, let's say the album was supposed to be released at a certain time, and they don't even give you a legitimate reason why it couldn't be released. They just told you that it couldn't be released.
Well, no explanation.
This happens time and time again. Like every time you're about to release, it's always the same excuse or the same reason.
I would ask them to okay, then at that point, if it's you keep my albums keep not getting released with no example, I would say I want to renegotiate my contract. Yeah. Like if you like, I would ask for my terms, or like if you can't give me an explanation, or maybe give them an ultimatum if I can't get an explanation. Yeah. But then it's just like, what did I sign to? Sometimes you get stuck in deals. You know what I'm saying? So what if I'm?
Let's keep this a general thing though. Like so that was just an example. I'm just saying in general. If you're chasing the truth and you realize the truth is a lie, once you finally get down to the the bottom line, what is the best tactic to pivot and find your direction to the actual truth? Let's say that.
Direction to the actual truth.
Yeah.
I get to the end and it's a lie.
Let's say you thought somebody was your parent your whole life. And you become an adult and you realize that they're not your parent. That's you was what I'm saying, thought you was living the truth for a long period of time, and then you realize that it was a lie.
I would be very angry, but I don't think that I could unparent them. I don't think I'd be like, you're not mom.
No.
I can't.
Because it was the love that of course kept you in that relationship.
Yeah.
But it's also like, I would have expected you to love me enough to be honest with me,
Yeah, I would be mad that you lied about being my parent. It's so like the love, it's like, I think eventually I might just need some space, need some time. Like,
yeah.
I would have to just accept, I would be happy that I knew the truth, but just,
it would probably take some time for you to kind of get over that part of it, but it wouldn't change the whole dynamic of your relationship.
I wouldn't change the whole dynamic. Like I said, like if you could, like I'm not. That's what if you had to go to jail, I'm not gonna stop being your sister.
Yeah.
Like I'm upset. Like that.
You gonna stop saying that because I don't even like receipt. No. I don't even like hearing that.
No, I'll just give you yeah. I would still talk to you. Like I would talk to my parent. Is what I'm saying. So, and that doesn't mean you have to dead the truth. Like, what would you say? Because I'm like, how would you pivot if you was chasing?
Well, like the parent example,
or do you have a general one, or you don't like an example about?
I mean, in general, like if you chasing the truth and you realize that it's a lie, I mean, number one, you got to be in tune with yourself. Like, what are your raw feelings about the situation? Because if you're not dealing with your raw feelings, then whatever solution you come up with is not going to make a huge impact because you haven't dealt with the problem. And then two is going back to the drawing board. Okay, I thought that this was my path, or I thought that this was the path that I was supposed to head down, and it wasn't. Let me go back to what I want, and let me write down what I've learned from this situation so I don't run into that same situation in the future.
I will. Okay, one thing that I can add then.
Yeah.
To pivot, I didn't even think about journaling. That'd probably be the first thing I'd do, so that I have a reference point if that is a pattern to look out for in the future. But I think in that moment, I don't probably think I would have just automatically thought to journal. But I think that is
hell no. In that moment, you're upset, you're emotional, like you know what I'm saying, because whatever the truth is, I'm sure you put in a lot of time and dedication to it, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So you feel betrayed,
Yeah, but I think like when you said pivot, it was like I was so caught up and I didn't think past finding out that it's a lie. But when you settle with it, it's like, oh yeah, I would definitely journaling. I think that would be great, because then if you're in the pursuit of continuously chasing the truth, and I've documented it like you talk about with your trading, I can go back and see if I have a inclination that could happen again. I'll have a reference point to see if that's familiar. But at first, I'm only answering it literally like, I'm chasing the truth. I found out it's a lie. How am I reacting present moment? But as I'm coping or whatever I'm going through, I would journal. I would meditate a lot and communicate. That's how I would fix that. Or try to heal that or overstand that.
And the lies come with lessons too. So that's it's hard lessons, but definitely necessary. That's how you get even more grounded with the truth, is by learning from the lies.
And I think not lying to yourself. I think we be so quick to identify a lie in somebody else, and we be lying to ourselves.
Oh my God. You can't be truthful with anything else until you're truthful with yourself. And that's a process.
I think that's actually where it has to start, if you're not truthful with yourself. And I think a lot of us are living lies and projecting. So then you're wondering, why is this person projecting this onto me? Because they're not true with themselves. So they project lies onto you. You project lies onto them. Now you're lying to each other, and you're lying to yourself. And so now you're chasing the truth, but you lying the whole time. And it's like, how do you
somebody else's truth?
I know of a lot of people in a lot of different situations I would never speak of light of day, because I keep my word in private conversations. But people that I know that are just living a lie and demanding the truth. And I'm like, you know how hypocritical you are.
They be the main ones though.
He ain't never been honest with me, but then it's like, that's why you so paranoid. That's why you so like aggressive, and you be projecting, because it's like you really lying. And so it's like, he won't tell me the truth, because you can't live with your lie. You demanding the truth. And I think, I'm not gonna lie, I think it's more of that. I'll give you an example. I know we got to wrap up in the next 2 minutes. I heard somebody, you saw what Cam did on CNN with what they said, I can't believe he did that. Like, he's brutally honest. I hear people say he's brutally honest so much, and it's just like, damn. We call it brutally honest because we don't want it. It's brutal because you don't want the honesty. You would rather a loving lie than a brutal honesty. When it's like, yo, nah, the reason why Cam seems so brutally honest is because we're all mostly like, y'all laugh it off because he's saying what's making everybody uncomfortable. And it's to you, you would never say it. So it's like, it's like you joke about it, but it's like, can you really tell that truth? Yeah, you talk about Dame Dash, you can talk about Cam, Harlem niggas or whatever. I have a lot of people that I do not like that song. And then you call them a bad person, or they're not supportive because they don't agree with you, but you really don't want any yes men. Can you really have somebody tell you your verse trash or that fit ain't it, and you don't take it personally? You get mad at them and then you cut them off. I don't want to fuck with them. They negative. They ain't never got nothing positive because they not stroking my ego. When in reality, you just don't want to hear the truth. So when you hear it, it's brutal, and you want to suppress it. But it's like it's if it's uncomfortable, just let's let it be what it is. All living uncomfortably anyway, so why don't we live uncomfortably in the truth? If you already hustling, you ain't got no damn money, and you struggling, and you ain't got shit, you already uncomfortable. So why don't you be uncomfortable with the truth too?
Like I said, that saying that says the truth is the safest ground you can stand on. So stick to that. And guess what? Stay
true to us. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn on your post notifications. Stay true to flipping your chips. Make sure you go to bluechipsacademy.com. Use your code flip your chips. Listen to Taz Tikoon, CKTC. Make sure you drink your Tide water. Make sure you follow BYDS. Before you do something, make sure you flip your chips, because we getting Tikoon rich. Get it?
Hey, let's go. Love you, sis.
Love you, sis.
All right.